Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. Today we are going to showcase a little bit more of the Knights of the Old Republic expansion pack I am working on right now. This is a community project that aims to improve Knights of the Old Republic gameplay, classes and stuff. So today we're going to take a look at the Jedi class rebalance and the new feats and force powers. So do not mind the broken skin and stuff, because I was working on stuff yesterday and I just broke stuff, right? So nothing related to the mod. So we're gonna take a look at the feats and force powers. So here I'm a Jedi Guardian. The Jedi Guardian have the same skills as soldiers, the Sentinel has the same skills as scoundrels, and Consular have the same skills as scouts. So it's a proper continuation from your basic class. Here I have access to everything, because I was a scoundrel, because changing to Guardian. Guardian have the same skills and soldier, so now it should be treat injury, repair, awareness, and demolition. Alright. So, okay. And now the feats. Basically the Guardian start with everything from before. The only thing that changed is that now, if you didn't take the unarmed specialist before, you gain it through your Jedi training, right? So you get the first level for unarmed specialist. And one thing I changed also is Jedi sense. So once again, just to prevent defense stacking and incentivize more the heavy armor usage. So now instead of being 2, 4, and 6, it's 1, 2, and 3. For the new feats, there are not much actually, there are only 4 at the moment. And they are mostly inspired by Tamer Bill work, so big credits to him. We're gonna check that. So we have a brand new feat that is Dark Rage, that is from Tamer Bill. So it uses your strength modifier to damaging force powers. So it's more effective if you're dark-sided, less effective if you're light-sided. So the bonus is flat. So it won't multiply with like d6 or anything, because it would be like just too broken. Just say what it does, just more damages depending on your strength modifier. Soul Feast, so this one just works like Killer Instinct. So if you reduce an enemy to 0 vitality point, if it is a living being, you get a small vitality point regeneration and force point regeneration. If you're dark-sided, you get more vitality points. If you're light-sided, you get nearly 0 vitality points. And Dying Force users will restore even more vitality points and force points. So to be clear, classic living being should give you 1 vitality point and 1 force point if you're neutral, 0 vitality and 1 force point if you're light-sided, and 2 vitality points and 1 force point if you're dark-sided. And a Dying Force user, it's basically 4 vitality points and 3 force points if you're dark-sided, and the vitality point decrease, so yeah, 3 for neutral and 2 for light-sided characters. Inner Focus, so this one is the same as in the Fist Lord basically, so it will grant you some force points regeneration over time, 1% in combat, 2% outside of combat, so nothing huge, but like it helps to have a decent force regeneration in combat. You didn't have that before. And Spirit Healer, so this one is very much inspired by Tamer Bill works. You regenerate extra vitality point to your ally by employing beneficial force powers. So this is better for light-sided characters, less effective for dark-sided characters. And I completely revised how beneficial force powers were working, so we're gonna see that in a minute. So we're just gonna take a random feat. So yeah, not much feat related, like 4 new, as you can see. Let's take a look at the beneficial force powers, right? Because we were talking about this. So my idea here is that Bastila should be the only one to boost your ally morale or abilities. So some force powers like energy resistance or Valor were affecting your allies, and it is no longer the case. So now the only beneficial force power should be Heal, Regeneration, which is brand new, Cure, which is brand new, Revitalize, which is from the Fifth Lords, and Battle Meditation from Bastila. So Bastila is basically the only one to boost your allies. And I think it's more lore accurate, right? It was stupid to boost their abilities with other characters. So let's take a look at the beneficial force powers. So heal has been reworked, so credit to Over the Grid Morty for the original idea, but it will now take your treat injury skill into account. So depending on the tier, it will be 25, 50 and 100%. You now have the third tier from the fifth lord, so you have Master Heal. And now the power is no longer called Cure, so it's Heal, Night Heal, Master Heal. One thing that is gone is the ability to remove poison and stun effects, I think. So now it will only just heal, alright? The status effect removal has been changed to a brand new force power called Cure. So this one you remove Paralyze, Paralyzing Poison, Paralyze Poison and Stun. So I felt it was more right to have a distinct force power to remove status effects. One new force power that is inspired by Dragon Age, it is Regeneration. So this one will provide some Fortitude bonus and health regeneration over time depending on your Wisdom and Charisma modifiers. So it's 1 plus the modifiers, it occurs 4 times every 5 seconds for 20 seconds. Here it occurs 5 times every 5 seconds for 25 seconds. And here it occurs 6 times for 5 seconds for 30 seconds. Every 5 seconds, sorry. So the duration is 20, 25, 30, and yeah, plus 2, plus 4, plus 6 to Fortitude. And you cannot stack this, like, you cannot put this multiple times. Yeah, only one of this effect can be applied at a time. Sorry. So, yeah, Regeneration is brand new. Revitalize, so this one comes from the fifth lord. I'm gonna credit, like, I don't know. I'm gonna put the name on the screen because a lot of people actually ported this. I changed the script so it provides a little bit less HP. So like the first tier for Revitalize just revive your allies with 1 vitality point. So I think that cheating death is kinda broken. So yeah, I reduced it at the first tier. Then it's depending on your level and your Wisdom and Charisma, and yeah, so it should be 10 top here and 20 top here. Yeah, so that's basically it for the beneficial force powers. And yeah, Battle Meditation. So this one credits goes to Off the Grid Morty for the original idea. I just changed the way the script was working, so now it no longer provides health regeneration, which would be dumb because we have regeneration, and it will now provide additional reflex save. And also now the force power will scale depending on Bastila's level. So if she's level 5 you are under, it will be 1. If she is level 10 or under, it will be 2. If she is level 15 or under, it will be 3. If she is level 20 or under, it will be 4. So it feels right for the force power to scale through the late game. And the duration also changed, so instead of 20 seconds, it is now 10 seconds plus 2 seconds for each charisma modifier from Bastila. So if you want to incentivize more into Battle Meditation, maybe you will build more towards charisma. Obviously, Bastila is the only one who wields this ability, so she will start with this now. Let's take a look at the beneficial force powers, right? There was a lot of work to do here. So Force Aura, so this one provides less defense, once again to prevent defense stacking. Do not mind the description here, it is a bit wrong. So yeah, now the bonus will be plus 2 to defense, and it will last for 60 seconds, something I did not specify, but every buff force powers will last longer. So instead of 20 seconds, everything will last 3 times longer, 60 seconds, but like most of the stuff will be nerfed, as you can see here. So plus 2 defense, plus 3 defense, and here plus 4 to defense, and you are immune to critical strike, which is brand new. If we look at Burst of Speed, it does not provide defense now, it will provide reflex save. So instead of 1, 2 and 4 defense, I think it is now 2, 4 and 6 reflex, and everything lasts 60 seconds as well. Here we have Force Veiler. So I completely changed Force Veiler, like it was completely broken. The description was saying that it was increasing only your physical attributes, but actually it increased your entire attributes, and also your saving throws, which your attribute bonus was already raising. Like, this force powers was completely broken, and you could also apply this to your party members. Anyway, so now it has been completely reworked, so now it will only affect your will save and your attack rolls for 60 seconds. So yeah, it increases, so +3 to attack and +4 to will, and +4 to attack, +6 to will, and you are now immune to fear at the latest stage, which is brand new. The last beneficial force power here is Force's Sense. So this is brand new. It increases your awareness by 25% and your blaster deflection by 2, 60 seconds as well, 54 and 106. And you are now immune to sneak attacks at the latest stage. So yeah, I wanted to provide custom properties to latest stage for the force powers. So it incentivizes into spending points into a single one. And now you will have the Force Enlightenment. So this is ported from the Fifth Lords, and it will provide your best Veiler defense, speed, and also sense. So basically it will make for the wall buff skill tree. If you take everything, you will have like 2 more attacks, +6 to reflex, +6 attack, +6 to will save, +4 to attack bonus. You are immune to fear, critical, sneak attacks. Anyway, I felt it was more right to have like less powerful version of the force powers, but like if you combine everything together, it makes for still a very viable thing. Force powers, I didn't talk about the resistances. So now energy resistance will actually make you resist energy. Crazy, right? In vanilla, this force powers was only making you resist to everything beside energy. It was stupid. So now it affects properly energy. It is no longer a flat bonus, it is a percentage. So you will ignore completely 10% plus 1% of your each positive constitution modifier, once again to incentivize a little bit more constitution building. 15 plus 1, 20 plus 2, plus 1, sorry, and it lasts for 60 seconds. I felt that the flat bonus was too high, and I'm going to introduce items that provide some damage immunity as well, so I don't want everything to be completely broken. So at the moment, this is the current amount. You will have the energy resistance, you will have the physical resistance that is from the Fifth Lord as well, so I'm just gonna credit Off the Grid Morty because he ported a lot of K2 force powers. So this one is for physical, and elementals, this one is for cold, fire, electrical, and sonic attacks. And you have now a brand new force power, same philosophy as Force Enlightenment. So this one is Force Code, and it provides your best resistances at a reduced cost. Once again, just to make the buff archetype a bit less tedious and a bit more viable in the long run. Let's take a look at Rage. So this one I'm going to credit Tamer Bill and also Star Admiral. Like a lot of people ported this force power, it is from the Fifth Lord. So my take on this was like it would deal some damage to vitality points, because we saw in my other video for the soldiers that we had feats related to your current HP. So you now have some kind of control over this with new force powers that deals damage to your VP, so you can like maybe deal damage to yourself, get the bonus, heal yourself, etc. So now you have control over this, and you will have to kind of play around with your vitality points amount. This one provides immune to fear, +2 to attack roll, +3 to strength, +3 to dexterity, and melee to anything else like intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and defense. And it lasts for 30 seconds instead of the 60. So I felt it was right that these force powers provide you immune to fear instantly compared to the light side version of these force powers, Master Veiler, because you know, you just fuel yourself with the dark side. It is more powerful from the get-go, but yeah, for lightsiders you will have to wait until the latest stage to have the immune to fear, while with darksiders you get it from the get-go. And yeah, the bonus and malices are increasing with the tier. Force Body, so this one is inspired by the Fifth Lords, but it will work differently. So instead of making your other force power cost HP instead of force points, you will convert some HP into force points. So you damage yourself by 10% and you restore 25% of this amount as force points, 37 and 50%. So yeah, I just didn't want this to be too broken once again. So yeah, you can damage your vitality and transfer this into force points. Affect Mind and Dominate Mind, there is now a brand new force powers related to this. So if you have Dominate Mind and Affect Mind, you can use Mind Confusion. So credits goes to Darth333 for the original idea. But I think this was actually something in the Thief Lord as well. So you basically make an enemy turn into an ally for a short period of time, depending on your charisma modifier once again. Yeah, I will have maybe to tweak this one so it does not affect every character in the game. But yeah, pretty useful and pretty reminiscent for the Knights of the Old Republic story. First I changed the icon for Stun Droid, so it is different from Stun. And credits to Of the Grid Morty, I think, yeah, for the repair skill being taken into account for the damages for Stun Droid, while for heal it was the Treat Injury skill. So now you will deal a bit more damages if you are skilled into repair. For Kill and Plague, the credits goes to Lich Ridl, who actually had the idea to make this an AoE. So now if you have spent your points into Kill or Plague, you can get your Mass Kill or Mass Plague, which is an AoE version. So maybe I will have to tweak the range down because it's very powerful, obviously. Yes, Shock. So I changed Shock, so now it will deal damage to Wisdom if the target does not survive. Does not succeed the will save, sorry. So yeah, -1, -1, and yeah, you can actually apply it multiple times. Also add an effect on Force of Storm in Vanilla, which damaged Force Power points. Now the damages have been divided by 2 for Force points, so it incentivizes more the usage of Drain Force. We're gonna see just after. Let's check it right now. So Drain Force is imported from the Thief Lords, credits to Of the Grid Morty, I think, as well. So now I just changed it so it takes your level into account. It will just take your level for the first 2 levels and 1.5 times your current level for the last stage. So you can steal like 20 max and 30 max here. Force Push, so actually a lot of modification there. So Force Push, Force Pull and Force Whirlwind. So Force Push will now, sorry, you know that difficulty class for your spells are based on your charisma and wisdom. So this one is based on your dexterity instead. I feel that if you're dexterous, you can push or pull targets easier. So now it will be your dexterity taken into account instead of charisma to make or not the target save. Force Whirlwind is no longer the second tier for Force Push. So I think there was a mod somewhere, I'm gonna credit this on the screen right now, that was removing Force Whirlwind and making it a separate force power. So the philosophy is the same here. I simply gave a Knight Force Push force power, so you will push targets within the range of your current target, just like Shock. And Force Wave is the same thing, I just called it Master Force Push. One new thing as well is that your push and pull abilities will have a randomized dexterity damages. So let's say you have +5 to dexterity, you will deal 0 to 5 bonus damages as physical. I feel that once again, if you're dexterous, it feels right to have a bit more damages. Alright, so that's it for Force Push. We're gonna take a look at Force Pull. So this one is original ideas from Star Admiral. I only edited the script, so it is now more like a Force Push thing. So yeah, basically the same thing, but you pull everything towards you. I really find this idea great. Star Admiral had a very great idea. It makes for cool mechanics like, let's say someone is throwing grenades to you, you're low HP, you can pull him into the grenade. You can also like pull everyone inside an AoE. Sorry. Sorry. So, yeah, you can pull everyone inside an AoE and stuff, so pretty interesting. Force Whirlwind will now be its separate thing. It will require both Force Push and Force Pull. I will do it later. And yeah, basically the same thing. Here, brand new force power, credits to Of the Grid Morty for the port. So this is Force Scream. It does sonic damages. One thing I changed about the script is that it does not do flat damages, like the damages were fixed, so now it will scale with your levels, so you can deal more in the late game and less in the early game. And the attribute damages are now reduced, so instead of affecting every attribute, it will only affect dexterity, wisdom, and intelligence. Alright, so -2, -4, -6. Force a heat. This idea is from Star Admiral as well. So this is basically the same thing as Force Shock, but this is with flames, so it uses flamethrower animation. It will deal exactly the same damages, but it will deal fire. It will reduce constitution instead of wisdom, and it has a chance to provide an aura effect. And finally, we've got the shared pain, so this one is an original idea from me. So this one deals damage depending on your else, so like you use this force power cost else instead of force powers, and a portion of this amount is inflicted to the target 1 to 4 times as universal damages. So yeah, it deals damage to you, you deal damages to the others. This is universal, so they cannot resist. And if you are currently poisoned and the target is not, you can share a portion of this poison. So at the first stage it's only a slight damaging poison, but the damaging poison effect is like more and more effective. And yeah, the target has to succeed a fortitude save. And this is the same for Force a Heat. It is a fortitude save instead of a will save, just like the shock. So this force power is like not very useful in the early game, but in the late game, once you have a lot of HP and stuff, it's very interesting because it is a lot of damage and in pure damages, so pretty interesting. So I think we've covered most of the stuff. I've credited everyone, I think. So we're going to move to gameplay and see how everything works, right? So I'm gonna cut the video right here, and I see you in a few seconds, right? Alright, so we are back into the video. So I cheated myself some feats and force powers to display everything to you. So we have every feats, alright, and we have a few new force powers to display. So I'm gonna start with Rage. So this one, the animations are very much inspired by the work from Star Admiral. So let's try it. Actually, let's check our stats before. So it should raise strength, dexterity, and attack, and reduce everything else. So yeah, I took some damages to my HP. Just gonna check the difficulty. Yeah, normal. So yeah, I took some damages. And yeah, less defense, less intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and more strength and dexterity. And more attack, of course. So that's it for Rage. I'm just depleting my force point a little bit here. Yeah. So now there is a force body, so we will convert a portion of our damages to taken into force point. So let's do it. I added myself a custom healing and cure animation alongside a heartbeat sound that you can hear maybe. And yeah, as you can see, it restores force points depending on the damage I take. So yeah, basic. What can we try? Regeneration maybe. So as you can see, I have 9 in fortitude, everyone 8 and 7. Let's cast it. So yeah, now the regeneration is going, and you can see that the fortitude save is increased. And I will receive some HP over time, so it should be 3. 1 only? Oh yeah, that's right, because I was under the malus from Rage. So yeah, just only 1. So as you can see, you have to be careful about Rage, like you have to cast it before any other spells. So yeah, regeneration, we have covered it a bit. We're going to see, Maybe now that my HP are lowered, we're going to see Spirit Healer in action. So, as I'm a dark-sided character, I'm gonna align myself even more. Okay, so we have 2 in Wisdom and Charisma, so every beneficial force powers should heal 1. So let's try with Cures, that just removes paralyzation. So yeah, as you can see, it healed me by 1. If we set the light side, we're gonna heal by 3, and if you were neutral, you would heal by 2. Yeah, that's it. So that's it for Spirit Healer and stuff. We can check the Force Regeneration. So I should heal 2% over time. Yeah, as you can see, sometimes I just get two force points. This is because of my feat. Inner Focus. Alright, so we covered Inner Focus, Spirit Healer. So there is still Dark Rage and Soul Fist, right? So I'm gonna put myself into the dark side now. And we're going to engage the other guys. So let's try right off the bat. Force a pull, maybe? Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, to attract the target toward me. Let's try it with this guy. Yeah. So that's it for Force Pull. Mind Confusion. Yeah, we can turn them into allies if they do not save. That's done. So I just added the Battle Meditation effect just to make it stand out a little bit more. We can share pain, so it will deal damage to myself and deal a portion of these damages to the other one as universal damages. So he saved, but he would have taken 28. Yeah, the Force a Heat, where you burn your opponent. As you can see, it's pretty powerful. I healed 2 vitality points. Why is that? It was because of the feat Soul Fist. Every time I'm killing a living being, I'm restoring a some vitality points and 1 force point. Force a Scream. So yeah, as you can see, just as in the Fifth Lord. And yeah, I think we tried most of the stuff. So now we are going to try this. Yeah, as you can see, I gain the vitality points because I'm dark-sided and I have the feat. So what we're gonna do, we are going to try the Dark Rage. I'm gonna put my strength like to a crazy amount. Sorry. Gonna put 40, so as I'm dark-sided, it should provide me 24 more damages, so half of 16 plus 16, so yeah, 24 damages bonus on any... Oh, right, nice, got stuck. So to any damaging force powers, so it will work on anything basically. We'll try with Force a Heat. Yeah, as you can see, more damage than before. We will try this with the Shared Pain, it works as well. Yeah, took a lot of damages. I'm just gonna heal myself not to die. Gonna do it again. Yeah. So if we set our alignment to light side, you will see that we will deal less damages. So as you can see, we were at like 60 something around this, and now we deal less. If I set my alarm into neutral, we will deal medium damages, so let's wait for our feat to regenerate our force points. Yeah, you can see 48, like it will do something around 48, 50. So anything damaging, so force pull, push, let's check the force powers. So yeah, force push, pull, you will have destroy droids, stun droids, shock, drain life, throw lightsaber, everything besides choke, I guess. Yeah. One thing I'm gonna show you is maybe the animation I did for the last stage of Rage. So we're gonna go for Master Rage. Okay, so basically I took the revitalize animation from the Fifth Lords and made it into I'm just gonna put myself into the dark side. So yeah, you will see it's a bit more punchy with the flame around you and stuff. So now you're a truly enraged character. Minus 47 force points, I've never seen that. It's because of my rage. And I do not regenerate. Interesting. Maybe I have to wait to be outside of combat. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, we've covered a portion of the force powers, I guess. We haven't seen like much of the higher levels, but I will cover other force powers and the other classes in some other videos. So yeah, the next video is gonna be around Jedi Sentinels and Jedi Consulars, and Jedi Sentinels have been vastly changed, you will see. So yeah, I see you in the next one, and stay tuned for more.